Hey guys, this is Luke, aka Swoosh Chef with Success Cafe, here to bring you our next hot topic. Today we're going to be looking at childhood versus adulthood. Which is better? So, what are the differences between childhood and adulthood? Well, a lot of people tend to romanticize their childhood simply because there's a lack of responsibility. But are lack of responsibility and good life really the same thing? When you're a child, you can't understand things as well. You can't quite grasp abstract concepts like love. When you tell someone, I love you, what you're really just saying is, I need you. So what do we think of when we think of childhood? Most of us think of innocence and freedom, and children's ability to be wild and play games with each other. We think of creativity and beauty, and we think of laughter. But we also think of blind faith. Jesus says in Luke chapter 18, verse 17, Verily I say unto you, whosoever shall not receive the kingdom of God as a little child shall in no wise enter therein. So what does it mean when we become an adult? Does that mean we put away all those things that characterized a child? Paul says in 1 Corinthians 13, verse 11, When I was a child, I spake as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Adulthood is characterized by responsibility, solemnness, a hard exterior. We understand more the evil things of the world. Sometimes it can make us feel depressed, so that a lot of younger people think of adults as sticks in the mud. But is this really all God has in store for us? Jesus says in John chapter 10, verse 10, The thief cometh not, but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. But I am here that they may have life, and that they may have it more abundantly. The devil has come to steal away the good things God gave us as children. But Christ came so that we may have life and live it to the fullest, so that we may understand what love really is, because He showed us what it is. So that when we say, I love you, we're not just saying, I need you. We're saying, I would die for you, just as Christ died for us. We like what C.S. Lewis has to say about this issue. Critics who treat adult as a term of approval instead of as a merely descriptive term cannot be adults themselves. To be concerned about growing up, to admire the grown-up because it is grown up, to blush with the suspicion of being childish. These things are the marks of childhood and adolescence. And in childhood and adolescence they are, in moderation, healthy symptoms. Young things ought to want to grow. But to carry on into middle life, or even into early manhood, this concern about being adult is a mark of really arrested development. When I was 10, I read fairy tales in secret and would have been ashamed if I had been found doing so. Now that I am 50, I read them openly. When I became a man, I put away childish things, including the fear of childishness and the desire to be very grown up. So what C.S. Lewis is saying is, to be an adult is to embrace the things that made us a child, to delve deeper into the beauty and wonder that God has created, and to better understand the abstract things of God. So does this mean we just ignore what Paul says and we don't cast off childish things? Not at all. We are meant to cast off the immaturity and ignorance that often comes along with childhood. We still have responsibilities. Even Adam and Eve had responsibilities in the Garden of Eden. So how does this apply to our lives? Well, we should be willing to dream as a child, but we should also be willing to let God shape our dream for His glory. And it will no longer seem like a burden, but a privilege. Thanks so much for watching this week's Hot Topic. If you like what you saw, be sure to subscribe for more content coming soon. Comment below with some memories from your childhood, and be sure to check out our Facebook and our website. This is Swoosh Chef, signing off.